What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another post game here on Mets Central. And the Mets mount a comeback late and win by a final score of 7-5 over the LA Angels, the Anaheim Angels, whatever you want to call them. Now, I'm happy about the win. I want to make this clear off the rip. I'm happy about the win. I'm glad that the offense found a way to win and get it done. I'm glad that they showed resiliency tonight. The unfortunate part, and I hate to be the one to rain on the parade, but the unfortunate part, and I think a lot of people will agree either way, is that like we talk about anytime the offense shows up, which is few and far in between, you need to, one, play a lot better baseball than that, and two, the offense needs to show up a lot earlier than that. Because I'm sorry, it is not going to fly scoring these type of runs against better opponents. And again, I don't want to sit here and discredit the win, because at the end of the day, one, this team desperately needs the wins badly to even keep themselves in the playoff race. Like, that's unfortunately where we're at. And on top of that, you beat who's in front of you. But you got to play a lot better baseball than that, man, because Kodai Senga going out there and getting torched by the Angels, that was concerning. The piss poor fundamentals here and there, that was concerning. Lindor not hitting still, that's concerning. So while I'm sitting here, okay, nice win, I still want to see more, because it's like, you need these top guys to step up at some point. It's great that the bottom of the order was able to win you a game. It's great that Brett Baty is looking like a better baseball player than we have seen throughout his career thus far. It's great that Francisco Alvarez comes back up and gets a big hit in the outfield, which they got some help there from Taylor Ward misplaying that ball. But either way, it was great to see that. It was great to see the bottom of the order, Jeff McNeil get a hit. Juan Soto come through with a big hit as well. He's the one guy in the top of the order you could really exclude from the conversation. But I want to see better from Alonso, from Lindor, because those are the guys that it's more important that they get going. Because the bottom of the order, one, some of these guys, who knows if they're going to be here beyond the trade deadline. And number two, you're not going to, it's not sustainable to win games through the bottom of your order. And we saw that last year in the playoffs, how that bit them in the ass. But either way, Kodai Senga just did not look good at all today. Like, it was really, really bad. Just throwing a cutter right down the middle to Logan O'Hoppe. Really? And then in that third inning, I mean, he's just leaving everything in the zone. And if he's not leaving anything in the zone, it's because he's walking batters, walking Mike Trout there with 2 outs. And then there's Taylor Ward, and you throw him a cutter middle to rope a double. Joe Adell comes up. You give him a low fastball, 4-0. The fact that Senga had to get removed from this game early is that pissed me off. Because right now, you need the volume from your starting pitchers. And David Stearns was sitting there saying the reliever market is really where they're going to prioritize. Great. That's going to help you. But what about the starting pitching staff that's not giving you innings outside of David Peterson? What about that? But again, credit to the Mets clawing their way back in. It started in the bottom of the fourth. You get that walk from McNeil, and then Brett Baty tanks a home run to make it 4-2. I would have liked for them to hit way more off of Tyler Anderson, by the way. That was also something where I'm like, come on. And the bottom of the seventh, you had some trouble from Davinsky, who was left in way too long. And the thing that confuses me about that as well is they were losing at that point. Why not just bring Braziban in once the bases are loaded? Or why not bring him in? Or not when the bases were loaded, sorry, because they ended up getting Neto on the stolen base attempt there. But once two guys are on, why are you not bringing Brosban in then? Right? Said you leave Davinsky in to face the middle of the Angels order. And I said it before with Davinsky, I don't mind him sticking around for the time being. But this is a guy where if you're putting him in a situation, you put him in against the lower part of the order, or if you're waving the white flag. So were you waving the white flag? Because Brosman's someone I would think you're not waving the white flag with, right? Maybe I'm wrong. But then the bottom of the seventh, you got some good fortune there because you get the bases loaded. Nimmo getting hit by a pitch. Lindor beating out that grounder, which helped out a lot. Credit to him on that at the very least. He still needs to be a lot better. But Juan Soto finally gets one of the big moments that we've been waiting for as a Met to tie the game up at 5. And then the bottom of the 8th inning, you got a little bit more fortune with that fielder's choice, which made it 6-5. And then Nimmo gets that sac fly, which made it 7-5. You really could have got out of that inning with the game tied, and we still might be playing baseball. But Edwin Diaz, credit to him striking out the side. He was unbelievable against the Angels' better part of the order, which I think Shanuel, Trout, and Ward are pretty solid players, especially that Mike Trout guy. But either way, I don't know. Like, again, I don't want to sit here and be all down after a comeback win. I'm happy that they came back and won the game because, like I said, they need to be winning these kind of games against the Angels nonetheless, beat who's in front of you. But just very sloppy baseball. And on top of that, again, you got to beat up on Tyler Anderson way more than that, especially with this offense that you have here. You got to hit him up way more than that. The fact that you let him go 6 innings is not ideal. It's just not ideal at all. But either way, yeah. We'll see if this translates into anything with the offense. I don't know. Not getting my hopes up, unfortunately. Because again, you should be beating the Angels. But either way, I'm happy about the win. I am at least happy about the win. And the other player, though, that I do want to give credit to, because I think this player deserves credit, Kevin Herget coming in and giving 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts, but just some good baseball from him. Credit to him for getting you a couple of outs there when you desperately needed it, especially considering how taxed the bullpen is and how Kodai saying it can't give you more than 3 innings, apparently. But let me see what you guys are saying in the chat right now about this game. So I'm intrigued if I'm alone on this one. This feels like a Rangers win. I'm happy they won, but still not happy with the overall performance. That's pretty much how I feel. Will saying that he agrees. At least I got to give credit to Alvarez. Yes, Alvarez deserves credit as well. First game back up here and gave you solid defense, drew 2 walks, and got a big hit late in the game. Hopefully this continues. I hope so too. And again, we'll see because, like we've mentioned before, how long until Chavez gets in the sky's ear again. Good win, but lucky win. Exactly how I feel, Ray. And yeah, Diaz was great. Not concerned about Senga. It was a bad start, but he's been nails all year. He just didn't have it tonight. At least the bullpen kept them in the game, and the offense throughout the later. I don't know. Like, the thing that's bothering me is that I don't want to go on like a rant about Senga here. I don't know. I'll save the conversation for another day if this becomes a theme. But all I know is that he needs to be a lot better because to have this kind of performance against the Angels is just completely unacceptable. And I get that he didn't pitch horrible in that Royals game and the pitch count got driven up a bit, but you just need more volume from him. You just need way more volume. That's really the thing. especially when you're giving him the extra rest for a reason. I want to see them. I want to see him go out there and ball when he takes the bump. But I'm going to wrap things up here. Sorry for keeping this one a little bit shorter, but I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Turn on your notifications so you know when we upload or go live here on METS Central. And I'll see you guys in the next one.